Okay, back at the Deuce Robot here. I know it's been a while since I uploaded a video, and there were some videos on my channel that had some songs in them, so I had to take them down. I took them down, and I'm going to be posting a bunch of new videos here soon. But right now, I'm in the process of making the panda arms for the Deuce Robot. I know I went through the process of making the other ones and everything, and they're done, and they really heavy, and they're not really kind of up to date as far as I'm concerned. And these are as close as I can make to a panda arm, and it's pretty close. It's going to have 6 degrees of freedom. I don't know. I think a panda actually has a lot more than that, but this will have 6 degrees of freedom. It'll all be using servos. It's all going to be made out of the clear Lexan. There's the metal servo horns now. There's the segments for the arm. There's where your 2 servos are going to mount. There is the base. That piece, that channel, it sits in that channel that's within that circle right there. So that, sitting upright in that channel with epoxy and held square, is going to be the spinning, turning base for the arm. And these 2 servos on this segment will be the servo that goes here will connect to the base, and then the servo that goes here will connect to this other metal servo horn that's in this other arm segment. So this, and excuse me, and this here underneath of that, through its plate, through its main plate, which is probably going to be this piece of I'm going to say 1932 cabinet plywood, but it's probably going to have a piece of that on each side of the underneath, so that when these mount, they're going to have the ball casters, top and bottoms, so it can spin freely. A poor man's bearing, so to speak. So, but they do spin really good. I mean, they should spin, because I'm going to have a piece of the clear Lexan top and bottom, just big enough for this to ride on in here, because each one will have 3, and I'll kind of offset them so that if one's got weight put on it, the other one's holding it. So, but this is why I haven't made a video in a while. But this is getting ready to all come together now, because you can see it's all marked out. I just have to cut it. I have to take this outside to cut it. So when you cut this very thick Lexan, it really stinks. See how thick that is? It's gonna be a really cool arm when it's done. It's gonna be a real robot arm instead of just an experimental. So we'll have the pivoting base. It'll have the elbow. It'll have the other part of the elbow. This is going to go down by the base, and then this will actually be the elbow, and then it will have the claw that goes on the very end of the arm, which is here. Or wait, let me think. I'm sorry. Yes, it's here, but that doesn't get a metal servo horn in it. I marked it out for one by accident, but it doesn't get one in there. But it will get the servo will be in a different configuration, so it can turn the wrist. And then a much more compact new claw made out of clear Lexan like the rest of it. You may see some pieces of white in there just to break it up a little bit. But other than that, this is where we're at the Deuce Robot here. Just putting getting the parts all marked out and templated and cut out for the 2 panda arms that go on the Deuce Robot. I'm going to make one first, but I have the templates and everything cut out for the second one. So until next time, which hopefully will be with this arm on it. I really had to wrestle to get Roz going, because it kept knocking different parts out. Like when you did a bash SRC or a bash command to load in the LiDAR, it knocked out the bash command for the move it. So you had to redo the bash command for it. It was no problem. But then also putting in the Arduino lib ROS serial._lib library for ROS, it knocked out my Catkin workspace. Knocked it right out. Couldn't find it. Had to reload a new Catkin in it, which I did, and it did work, thank goodness, because it's a card that has lots of things on it that I want to use, and I didn't want to have to redo it all. So, yeah, that can happen sometimes, and that's another thing I've been doing right now. And I will post a video with the ROS updates on it too, because I have got some more stuff put into it. And till next time, everybody, enjoy the weekend.